Welcome to this sacred moment. Have you ever wondered why some people prosper with ease, while you're still struggling? Why your dreams always seem distant, no matter how hard you try? Let me tell you something that'll change everything. The problem isn't out there. It's right here, in your mind. And the good news, the news that can transform your life right this instant, is this. You command, and the mind obeys. Did you hear that? Your mind isn't your master. You're the master of it. But nobody taught you this. They taught you to accept, to conform, to believe that that's just how it is. But it isn't. There's a force inside you, at this very moment, capable of rewriting your entire story. And today you're going to learn precisely how to use it. Because if you believe, you conquer. And this isn't just a catchy phrase. It's the most powerful law in the universe. Before we continue, leave your like on this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. You're helping to transform lives. Let me tell you something important. Ever since you were a little child, you've been receiving messages. Messages about who you are, about what you deserve, about what's possible for you. Maybe you heard. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard to get anything. People like us never get rich. And those words, even when said without malice, went deep into your mind. They became beliefs. And those beliefs became your reality. But I want you to understand something fundamental. Those beliefs aren't yours. They were borrowed, inherited, absorbed. And today, in this sacred moment, you have the power to give them back. Because the truth is this. Your mind is like a fertile garden. Everything you plant in it grows. If you plant fear, you harvest anxiety. If you plant doubt, you harvest stagnation. If you plant scarcity, you harvest poverty. But if you plant love, faith, and abundance, you harvest miracles. Think with me for a moment. How many times have you told yourself, I can't do it? How many times have you looked at your dreams and thought, this isn't for me? Those words aren't neutral. They're commands. And your mind, that faithful servant, obeys. It doesn't question. It doesn't judge. It simply creates whatever you believe to be true. And that's why the first and most important change you need to make is taking control of what you tell yourself. I want to teach you something that's changed the lives of thousands of people, and it can change yours too. I'm talking about the power of affirmations. Affirmations aren't just pretty phrases you repeat. They're spiritual decrees. They're orders you give to your subconscious mind. And when you repeat those affirmations with emotion, with feeling, with faith, your mind has no choice, it must obey. But let me tell you something really important. It's not enough to just repeat words. You need to feel. Because emotion is the fuel of creation. When you say, I'm prosperous, but inside you there's fear and doubt, the words lose their power. But when you say, I'm prosperous, and you feel gratitude, happiness, certainty. In that moment, something shifts in the universe. Your energy shifts. Your vibration rises. And you begin to attract what you're feeling. So I want you to do something right this instant. Place your hand on your heart. Feel it beating. And repeat with me, with all the feeling you can muster. I'm worthy of receiving abundance. I deserve prosperity. My mind creates the reality I choose. I command, and my mind obeys. Feel this entering every cell of your body. Because this isn't fantasy, it's the truest truth that exists. Great spiritual masters have always known this. Whatever you ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive. This isn't just a religious promise, it's a universal law. Your mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's intensely imagined. So when you visualize your success, when you feel your prosperity, when you mentally live what you desire, your subconscious mind starts working around the clock to make it reality. And the most powerful thing about all this is that it doesn't require struggle or suffering. It's not about fighting. It's about allowing. It's about opening your heart and saying, I allow good things to happen to me. I allow abundance to flow into my life. I allow my mind to lead me to prosperity. But right this instant, I need to talk about something really important. Something that might be the deepest block in many people's lives. And that block has a name. Lack of forgiveness. While you carry resentment in your heart, whether toward your parents, people from the past, or yourself, that heavy energy blocks your abundance. Because forgiveness isn't about the other person. Forgiveness is about setting yourself free. Maybe you grew up in a family that struggled financially. Maybe you heard that money is dirty or that rich people are evil. And a part of you, without realizing, began rejecting prosperity because you associated prosperity with something negative. But today, at this very moment, you can choose to release that. Place your hand on your heart and repeat with me. I forgive my parents for everything they didn't know how to teach me. I forgive myself for believing I wasn't enough. I release every limiting belief about money and prosperity. I choose a new story. Breathe deeply. Feel the weight leaving your shoulders. Because forgiveness is an act of self-love. And when you truly love yourself, you allow yourself to receive. You allow yourself to prosper. You allow yourself to shine. And your mind, obedient and powerful, begins creating an entirely new reality for you. I want you to do something special right this instant. Tonight, before you sleep, look in the mirror. Look into your own eyes. And say with love, I love you. I forgive you. You're enough. At first it might feel strange, even uncomfortable. But keep going. Because your inner child needs to hear this. And when they finally believe it, everything changes. Let me tell you a secret. True prosperity doesn't begin with money. It begins with self-love. Because when you truly love yourself, you take care of yourself. You set healthy boundaries. You don't accept crumbs. You don't sell yourself short. And the universe, always generous, responds to your energy. If you treat yourself as if you're insignificant, the world will treat you the same way. But when you honor yourself, when you value yourself, when you respect yourself, opportunities start appearing. The right people show up in your path. Doors open. And this isn't magic, it's spiritual law. You attract what you are. So answer me something. How have you been treating yourself? Have you been caring for your body lovingly? Have you been resting when you need to? Have you been celebrating your small victories? Or have you been hard on yourself, critical, impatient? Because your relationship with yourself is the foundation of everything. If you want your mind to obey you, you need to treat it with respect. There's no point giving prosperity commands if you're constantly sabotaging yourself. There's no point affirming abundance if you don't allow yourself to rest, have fun, exist fully. Self-love isn't selfishness. Self-love is spiritual responsibility. When you love yourself, you become a channel of blessings. You prosper, and help others prosper too. So, start today. Do one small thing that shows love for yourself. It could be a longer bath, a walk in nature, a no to something that drains your energy, a yes to something that nourishes your soul. Because every act of self-love is an affirmation to the universe. You're saying, I'm worthy. I deserve. I'm enough. And when you believe this, when you truly believe it, your mind obeys, and your life transforms. Let's talk about practice. Because knowledge without practice is just information. And you're not here just to know, you're here to live this truth. So I'm going to give you a simple ritual, but powerful, to start this very instant. Every morning, when you wake up, before grabbing your phone, before doing anything, sit comfortably. Place your hands on your heart. And take 3 deep breaths. Then, repeat these affirmations out loud. Good morning, dear mind. Today we're creating a wonderful time together. I'm grateful to be alive and healthy. I allow abundance to flow into my life easily. I trust life's process. Everything's always working out for me. I command thoughts of love, peace, and prosperity, and my mind obeys. Feel every word. Let it enter your chest, your body, your cells. And then, visualize. See yourself living the life you desire. See yourself receiving good news. See yourself smiling, prosperous, at peace. Don't force it, just allow the images to come. And trust. Because your subconscious mind is recording all of this. And it'll work, all through the hours, to manifest what you planted in the morning. At night, before sleeping, do the mirror exercise I taught you. Look into your eyes and say, "Thank you for this time. I did my best. I love and accept myself just as I am. Tomorrow will be even better." And sleep peacefully. Because while you sleep, your mind keeps working. It organizes thoughts, creates solutions, prepares pathways. And when you wake up, you're one step closer to your transformation. That's the power of a regular practice. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be long. But it needs to be consistent. Because transformation happens, not in the moment of the big decision, but in the small acts repeated with love. And I promise you, if you do this for 30 cycles, just 30 cycles, your life won't be the same anymore. You'll start noticing synchronicities. Opportunities will emerge from nowhere. The right people will cross your path. Because you'll have reprogrammed your mind for success, for abundance, for love. And it, faithful and powerful, will obey. I want you to know something. You're loved. You're enough. And you truly deserve, all the abundance, all the peace, all the happiness life has to offer. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. It doesn't matter how many times you fell. It doesn't matter what they told you that you couldn't be. Today, at this very moment, you can choose a new story. You can choose to believe. Because if you believe, you conquer. And this isn't just a pretty phrase. It's a spiritual truth. Your faith moves mountains. Your belief creates realities. Your thoughts shape your destiny. So choose, consciously, to give commands to your mind, with love. Choose to plant seeds of abundance. Choose to forgive. Choose to love yourself. Choose to believe in the impossible. Because you're not small. You're a divine expression of the universe. You carry within you an unlimited creative force. And when you finally realize this, when you finally take command, nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Breathe deeply with me right this instant. Inhale all this truth. And exhale all doubt. You command, and your mind obeys. You believe, you conquer. I believe in you. The universe believes in you. And at this moment, it's time for you to believe in yourself. May this message echo in your heart. May it accompany you in moments of doubt. May it always remind you of your power. And know that you're not alone on this journey. We're all connected. And when you prosper, the entire world benefits. So go ahead and shine. Until our next meeting.